Alright, at time of recording and upload, it's Christmas Day. So if you're watching on upload day, then Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that stuff. Hope you're having a good day. And if you're watching after upload day, I hope you're having a nice day anyway. So the cool bit of news for this video is that I've actually finished 2 games in the 2 weeks since the last upload, which were Neon White and SMT5. SMT5, I don't really have all that much to say on, really. At least not in a video like this. Maybe a bigger project for another day. I felt the story was a little on the weak side when compared to the other entries in the mainline games, and the Chiyoda area of the game was so annoying to navigate that replaying it is not something I'm particularly eager to do, but overall I had a great time with it. The gameplay is really good, and I had a lot of fun doing things like the super bosses and the side quests, so one day I'll probably go back to it with a different build and try and see all the other endings and stuff like that. Neon White, on the other hand, though, was easily my favorite game of 2022 by a fair bit. There's quite a bit of a difficulty spike in the game's last few chapters, not to the point where it's unmanageable or anything like that, but if you're aiming for all the top medals and the gifts, like I was, then the last 3 or so chapters are significantly harder than the rest of the game. I'm not going to lie though, I absolutely had to look up the method on YouTube for acquiring some of the gifts, because some of them are rather tricky, and for a few maps I had a hard time even finding the gift itself. So if you wanted to get all the gifts in your playthrough, there's a real good video by a channel called Gamer Guru. You won't need to watch the whole video, because it's like an hour long, or even most of it, since a lot of the gifts are pretty easy to get, but this channel has very kindly time-stamped each individual level, so it's easy to navigate to the gift that you're struggling with should you need it. But, you know, big shoutouts to Gamer Guru for that clip. I did have one minor problem about the ending, and it's probably slightly spoilery, so I'll put a timestamp on the screen for you to jump to if you're worried about hearing some minor spoilers. So, when you beat the final level, you're given a choice. And one of the choices is blanked out unless you have all the gifts for a certain character. Now, in my playthrough, I missed one gift by mistake. So when I got to the scene, I picked the only ending I had available to me, and then I thought I would be able to go back, get the gift, replay the level from the mission select menu, and then pick the other ending. And it was an easy gift to get too. I just have the memory of a fucking goldfish. So I went back, I grabbed the gift, replayed the final level, and I got nothing. It was just a results screen. And actually, as I was writing this script, I realized that if I replayed the entire 2-level final chapter, I could have gotten the ending. So I guess I'm partly a moron, but it also would have been nice if I could have just gone back to the selection screen, like from the mission menu or something, instead of having to replay 2 fairly challenging stages every time I want to view, you know, the ending sequence. So what I ended up doing was I went back to the stage where I missed the gift, got the gift, and then I quit the game and then viewed the ending that I missed on YouTube. So when I replay the game, I'll have to be more careful to be absolutely sure I get all the gifts before going into that final area. But, you know, just a minor annoyance at the end of the game there. Anyway, when you beat the game, you unlock a level rush that allows you to just speedrun all the levels back to back without the story beats, which is a cool and fairly obvious feature for a game like this. And if you got all the gifts for the main characters throughout the stages, then you can play their level rushes as well. And if you manage to get an ace medal in every level, you unlock another character, which I enjoyed doing, but I'd argue it being worth it for players less in love with the game than I am. You also get the feature to shuffle the levels every time. I think there's like 97 stages, and you can just play them in a randomly generated order when you play that mode, which is very cool. So the last thing I want to say is that I've also given myself a completely fresh start with my now playing list, after beating Neon White. If you watch the first episode of this series, I list off a large number of games that I was currently working on, and I've just decided to drop all of them. Just all of them gone. Not never to be played again, of course, but the list was too big and I was getting overwhelmed a little bit, so I just said fuck it and started completely fresh. Since doing that, I've started playing Demon X Machina, or Daemon X Machina, however you pronounce it. It's a fairly cool, like, mech game, but I'm only a few missions deep, so it's kind of hard to say anything about it yet. I'm having a good time, though. And the other game I've been working on is Triangle Strategy, which is a really cool strategy RPG, kind of similar to Final Fantasy Tactics, and I'm enjoying that a lot. I'm also pretty early into that one, but the one comment I do have about it is that the characters just love to fucking waffle on about schemes and politics forever. I mean, this is okay with me since I'm engaging with the story and I'm having a good time there. But if this kind of Warring Kingdoms plotline doesn't resonate with you or doesn't interest you, it may come off as annoying that there's such long breaks between, you know, getting to hit things with swords and sorcery. Anyway, that's it. It's Christmas. I'm gonna go play some games. I'm gonna go eat too much food and probably drink a little bit too much as well. Have a great day. I will see you next week. Peace.